What's happening, everybody? Sean joined again by my son, Trey, and today we got an epic battle here. Trey, Minor Threat and their song Screaming at a Wall versus Fugazi and their song Suggestion, brought to us by our friend, longtime supporter, patron, and just all-around great guy, our New Zealand friend, Heath Palace.
Let's go, HP.
That's what he's going to be known on from here on in. Appreciate him. Appreciate all the patrons who make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out the Patreon link below or the patron link on the end screen. And Trey, I didn't know much about Minor Threat. You're more familiar with them. So for those people who are like me, they were an American hardcore punk band formed in 1980 in Washington, D.C. by vocalist Ian MacKaye and drummer Jeff Nelson. MacKaye and Nelson had played in several other bands together and recruited bassist Brian Barker and guitarist Lyle Pressler to form Minor Threat. They added a fifth member, Steve Hansgen, in 1982, playing bass, while Baker switched to second guitar.
They were relatively short-lived, were around for about 3 years together, but they had a strong influence on the punk scene, both stylistically and in establishing a do-it-yourself ethic for music distribution and concert promotion. Their song Straight Edge became the eventual basis for the Straight Edge movement.
Shout out to CM Punk.
Yeah, that's right. Emphasize, no drugs, no alcohol, no promiscuous sex, along with their fellow Washington, D.C. Hardcore band Bad Brains and Black Flag. Minor Threat set the standard for many hardcore punk bands of the 80s and 90s. All of their recordings were released on their own label, Discord Records. The song is a youth anthem right here, which has been covered by bands as diverse as Sublime and Silverchair, to Rise Against, Title Fight, and Pennywise. So, yeah, and I always say, if you want to dip your toes into the Minor Threat water, I mean, you can just listen to their entire compilation. You can hear everything they ever recorded in a little over an hour. So,
well, there you go.
So, which I've done. I like some Minor Threat tunes. I remember hearing this song, but it's been a little bit. So, buckle up, people. Let's get it. Screaming at a wall.
I was gonna say, let's go.
Let's go, man. This I think is a great just sampling of Minor Threat, and one of their longer tunes actually. So
really,
we go in there, Dad. What you think of this one? I mean, it's only a minute and a half long.
Oh, I liked it, man. I thought it was a fun ride, man. And I thought, even though it's a minute and a half, its lyrics actually mean something. I've heard 7-minute songs where the lyrics are basically nonsense. So I did enjoy that, man. You built that wall up around you, and now you can't see out, and you can't hear my words no matter how loud I shout. So
yeah, really that breakdown in communication kind of at the heart of this song right here.
Some of us have been there before, right?
Yeah, and I find it interesting, Dad, because he notes at the start, Ian does, I'm going to scream, I'm going to yell, I don't want to have to use my hands. But then we end the song with, you better reinforce those walls until you have no room to stand, because someday the bricks are going to fall. Someday I'm going to use my hands. So it kind of, at the start of the song, just like, okay, like, let's talk this out, to now it's like, okay, the time for talking's over. Like, I can't get through to you screaming at a wall. I got to break this wall down.
Exactly.
So, you think, a good sampling right here of Minor Threat. And now we're gonna kick off the song Suggestion by Fugazi right here, which is Ian MacKay's next band. This is off their 13 Songs record from 1989, a compilation from their first 2 EPs. I really like their tune Waiting Room, which is I heard off of this compilation years ago. So.
Yeah, and I got a lot of respect for these guys because, they put some stuff in, and that's why they were never a big band. Like, they weren't going to play any place that charged more than $5.
Yeah, punk DIY.
Yeah, they weren't going to play anywhere that didn't allow kids in that were 21 and up and that sort of stuff. If anybody was slam dancing into people, they already had envelopes they handed out to the bouncers instead of anybody's doing that, escort them out. And it had money in it that was a refund for their ticket.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
so like they were just, I mean, you talk about an upper echelon class outfit, these guys were. Great bass work.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't I walk down a street? Real suggestion. Why can't I walk down a street? Real suggestion. Is my body my only trait? In the eyes of men, in the eyes of men. Life gets again. Then you wanna look again. Life gets so.
Loving the instrumentation on this.
Yeah,
track,
man, it's fantastic.
There lays no reward in what you discover. You spent yourself, boy, watching me suffer. Suffer your words, suffer your eyes, suffer your hands, suffer your interpretation of what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is to be a man. Life gets again. Living again. Life gets so. She does nothing to deserve it. In looks just her cause he wants to observe it. We sit back like they taught us. We keep quiet like they taught us. He wants to prove it. She does nothing to remove it. We don't want anyone to mind us. We play the roles that they assigned us. She does nothing to conceal it. He touches her cause he wants to feel it. We blame her for being there. We are all here. We are all guilty!
All right, that suggestion. Fugazi bringing it in here with a heavy subject matter and a heavy instrumentation.
Yes, definitely. And the instrumentation, the bass work, all was fantastic. The build of it, and then the lyricism really got real serious there. I mean, it was serious, but it really like kind of came to a culmination. She does nothing to deserve it. He touches her because he wants to observe it. We sit back like they taught us. We keep quiet like they taught us. He was abusing this woman, and growing up in a household that was this, I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of people that knew what was going on and no one did. Like, this is just the way it was. And it still is, but it's a lot better because there's been a lot more awareness. But back then it was like, no one's going to talk about what happens behind closed doors. And that was the culture that you were taught. So, Fugazi, or Fugazi, as I say it, just really bringing it here.
Yeah, man, and I think the idea too of this guy catcalling her, going to assault her when she doesn't want it too, right? Like again, kind of playing into that idea, Dad, of it's just the system there, and at the end he notes, we blame her for being there. We are all here, but we are all guilty. That's what we heard at the very
fantastic,
end. I just think that was fantastic, and that bass work, as with a lot of Fugazi tracks. So shout out to Joe Lally for laying down some extraordinary bass. But I guess that'll take us now to our winner. Ian McKay is going to come out as a winner,
he is
one way
the
or
winner.
another.
And we're all winners for having these songs. Man, I don't know. I'm going to go with the Fugazi, but I mean, I could go either way. I think that one just it was longer, so it had the advantage of that, of building the instrumentation through there. But I'm going to go with Fugazi, but Minor Threat is definitely, they pack so much into a minute.
Man, I love me some Minor Threat, but Suggestion is just too much to overcome, I think, in this battle today when you bring it all together. Vocals, instrumentation, subject matter, it was a hard-hitting track for sure. So thanks to HP for suggesting this battle for us. Let us know down in the comments your winner of this and your favorite tunes or memories of Minor Threat or Fugazi. And if you like the video, hit that thumbs up. We also have our Patreon link in another video that you might enjoy at the end screen here in just a second. But I guess that'll wrap it up.
That's it
from us today. So until next time, thanks for watching, happy listening, and we will see you.